Hello viewers, this is my 12th lecture of the Online GATE 2021 series. I am taking the section number 2, Applied Mechanics and Design, and the module is Engineering Mechanics. Myself, Professor Hemant Sharma, Department of Mechanical Engineering, working in renowned Institute of Indore, Prestige Institute of Engineering Management and Research. This is my short profile and qualifications. This is the syllabus of Engineering Mechanics for GATE 2021. Lecture number 12. The content which will be covered in this lecture are kinematics of particles and of rigid bodies in plane motion, relation between linear motion and angular motion, formulas and numericals. So let us start with the linear motion. As we have already discussed in last lecture, that if a particle is moving in a straight path from, for example, from A to B, then it is known as the linear motion. The various parameters or variables are u at A point, that is initial velocity, at B point v, that is final velocity, and from A to B the distance traveled, that is s, and from going from A to B the total time taken by the particle is t, and a is the acceleration. As compared to the linear motion, in angular motion, there are some differences. The first basic difference is that the object is in angular motion, that is, it is moving in a circular path as shown in the figure. Let us assume that from at point A, the angular velocity, initial angular velocity of the particle will be omega 0, and at point B, the final angular velocity of the particle will be omega. And from A to B, the total here, as compared to the linear motion, here instead of distance, it is the angle covered by the object, that is theta, and its unit will be in radians. And alpha is the angular acceleration, that is from point A to point B, the change in angular velocity with respect to time. T is the time here. Here some important notes should be noted. That is one revolution consists of 2 pi radians, that is 360 degrees. Radians is one of the units of angular measurement, that is angle, and n is the speed in rpm of any angular motion. That is for example say shaft, then the angular velocity of the shaft will be 2 pi n upon 60, and its unit will be radians per second. So here's the relation between linear motion and angular motion in tabular form. Starting with initial velocity in linear motion is denoted by u, unit is meter per second. In angular motion it is denoted by omega 0, unit is radians per second. The final velocity in linear motion is denoted by v, and the angular motion omega. Constant acceleration in linear motion is denoted by a, unit is meter per second square, and the constant acceleration in angular motion is denoted by alpha, unit is radians per second square. The total distance covered in linear motion is denoted by s, and the unit is meter, and the total distance or say angular distance or say angle covered by the object in angular motion is denoted by theta, the unit is radians. Formula for final velocity, Newton's first equation of motion, is denoted by v is equal to u plus at, and the angular motion, the formula is omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Newton's second equation of motion, formula for distance traveled. In linear motion, it is denoted by s is equal to ut plus half at square, and in angular motion, it is written as theta is equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. Newton's third equation of motion for the formula of final velocity, in linear motion it is denoted by v square is equal to u square plus 2as, and the angular motion is denoted by omega square is equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta. So viewers, we will be now solving some numericals. Before moving forward, I request you all that if you are enjoying my GATE lectures, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get the notifications of my next video lectures. So let us take the first example. A flywheel starts from rest and revolves with an acceleration of 0.5 radians per second square. What will be its angular velocity and angular displacement after 10 seconds? So here, what are the different parameters given in this question? Initial velocity will be taken as omega 0 is equal to 0 as the flywheel is starting from rest. Angular acceleration alpha is equal to 0.5 radians per second square and time t is equal to 10 seconds. Now applying the formula, that is omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Applying the formula here and inserting the given values of 0 plus 0.5 into 10, that comes out to be 5 radians per second. To find the distance or say angular displacement of the flywheel, theta is equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. Inserting the all given values, we will get the final answers as 25 radians. So in second question, a wheel increases its speed from 45 radians per second. Sorry, it is the unit of speed, that is RPM, revolution per minute, to 90 RPM in 10 seconds. Find A, angular acceleration of the wheel, B, number of revolutions made by the wheel in these 30 seconds. Here different parameters given are omega 0, 45 radians per second, 45 revolutions per second, converting the revolution per minute, that is n, to omega. We know that the formula for conversion of n into omega is 2 pi n upon 60. We will get the final answer in radians per second because this is the SI unit of angular velocity, that is 1.5 pi radians per second. Similarly, final angular velocity, that is 90 RPM, will be converted into 2 pi n upon 60. We get the answer as 3 pi radians per second and the time is 30 seconds. Applying the given formula, given values in the formula, that is omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t, 3 pi is equal to 1.5 pi plus alpha into 30. So finally we will get the answer of alpha as 0.05 pi radians per second square. Okay, the next part is number of revolutions made by the wheel in 30 seconds. Here we will find the angle turned in 30 seconds by the formula omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. We will get the result here, final results at 67.5 pi radians. Okay. Yes. So next example, a flywheel is making 180 RPM and after 20 seconds it is running at 120 RPM. That is initial RPM are 180 and final RPM are 120 RPM. And time taken is 20 seconds. How many revolutions will it take and what time will elapse before it stop if the retardation is uniform? Applying the formula of omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t, we will get the final answer as 4 pi is equal to 6 pi plus alpha into 20. Alpha comes out to be minus of 0.1 pi radians per second square. The minus sign denotes that the speed is reducing. Okay. Now considering the next part, now consider the angular motion of the flywheel from 180 RPM, that is 6 pi radians per second, to 0 RPM, that is when it stops. So here the final angular velocity will be equal to 0 and we have already find out the constant acceleration, that is 0.1 pi minus of 0.1 pi radians per second square. Applying the various constants here in the formula, we get 0 is equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha into theta, that is 6 pi whole square plus 2 into alpha plus 2 into 0 minus of 0.1 pi into theta. Solving this equation further, we will get the value of theta as 180 pi, converting it into revolution, that is 90 revolutions. Okay. And finally, we have to find the time in which the wheel will come to rest. We will again apply the formula of omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. That is 0 is equal to 6 pi minus 0.1 pi t. Solving, we will get the value of t as 60 seconds. That is equal to 1 minute. Okay. We will solve another problem, that is a pulley starting from rest is given an acceleration of 0.5 radians per second square. Since it is starting from rest, that is we will take the omega 0, that is initial angular velocity, as equal to 0. What will be its speed in RPM and at the end of 2 minutes? If it is uniformly retarded at the rate of 0.3 radians per second square, this is the second part. In how many minutes the pulley will come to rest? Applying the first formula, that is omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t1. Omega 0 omega 0 is 0 plus 0.5 into 120 comes out to be 60 radians per second. Converting it into RPS, we will divide it by 2 pi. We will get the answer is 9.55 radians per revolutions per second. And again converting into RPM, we will multiply it into 60. We will get the final answer as 573 RPM. So switching on to the next part, that is we have to find the T2 time in which the pulley will come to rest. Applying the formula, and here alpha angular velocity, angular acceleration, that is retardation, is given as minus of 0.3 radians per second square. So omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t2. 0 is equal to 60 minus 0.3 t2. We will find the value of the time t2 is equal to 200 seconds. Okay. I am here. I have taken here the different varieties of questions. So we will be switching on to the next problem. A wheel rotates for 5 seconds with a constant angular acceleration and describes during this time 100 radians. It then rotates with a constant angular velocity and during the next 5 seconds describes 80 radians. Find the initial angular velocity and the angular acceleration. Here t is equal to 5 seconds and theta is equal to 100 radians. Applying the formula of omega is equal to theta is equal to omega 0 t plus half of alpha t square. 100, that is the theta, radians, the unit is radians in SI unit, is equal to omega 0 t plus half of alpha t square, that is omega 0 into 5 plus half into alpha into 5 square. Finally, we will get one equation, that is 40 is equal to 2 omega 0 plus 5 alpha. And the final velocity we will find out by the formula omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t, that is omega 0 plus alpha into 5. We will get omega 0 plus 5 alpha. Now, substituting the value of omega here, considering the angular motion of the wheel with the constant angular velocity of omega 0 plus 5 alpha for 5 seconds and describes 80 radians, we know that the angular displacement here is 80 is equal to 5 into omega 0 plus 5 alpha. Okay. So solving here, we will get the second equation as 16 is equal to omega 0 plus 5 alpha. Now, treating equation 1 and 2 as two linear equations in two variables, and the variables are omega 0 and alpha. We will get the final values of omega 0 as 24 radians per second, and substituting the value of omega 0 in any of the equations, we will get the final answer of alpha, that is equal to minus of 1.6 radians per second square. Okay. I am giving you the question number 21.6 as an assignment, so that you should try by your own. And also there is a question number 7th, which also you should try. And if you are having any doubt, please contact me at my WhatsApp number 7024340777. So that's all in my this 12th lecture. We will meet you in soon in next lecture. Up till then, thank you.